Would you like to interview with Carnival Cruise Line? Yes, I actually was asked that question after I had left the Navy active component, finished college. Actually, I hadn't, well, yeah, I had the first associate's degree and I was completing the second associate's degree. And I applied to be an information systems manager working on cruise ships. Well, I really didn't think that I was going to be hired as an information systems manager, but my first real job out of college, after finishing my second associate's degree in systems integration, was working on cruise ships. So, and even today, you can tell I'm still a little bit amazed by this, because I went from sailing on nuclear submarines to sailing on cruise ships, and I got paid either way. It was a cool job. I got to work with multinational staff. I got to deal with sometimes interesting and, well, unruly guests, because Carnival does have a reputation for being the fun ships. And as adults, you can probably draw your own conclusion as to what that might entail. I will say that for the 3 years that I sailed around the Caribbean and off the coast of Florida, and even did some time up in New York City doing fall-foliage cruises, in addition to, I think that about covered it. There's other stories, but those are waiting to be told. Anyway, being able to work in that environment and see how people from different countries and different cultures could come together and do the things that were needed to take care of the guests during the course of a cruise really opened my eyes to the potential of what multinational cooperation could look like. And I really was amazed at how quickly we could routinely turn a ship around after 3 or 4 or 7 or more days of cruising, disembark the current set of guests, reload everything for the next cruise, embark the next set of guests, and get on with the joy of cruising, hitting those ports, experiencing life in different places to an extent. It was truly an eye-opening experience for me. Now, mind you, I am from a small farming community in Central California, Visalia, California, near Fresno. I tell people it's in between Fresno and Bakersfield, California. That's how small it is when you look at a map. Not a big city. So, farm country boy ends up in the Navy, does a few years there, moves from Jacksonville, where I had gone to college, to Miami, Florida, to join the world's largest cruise line. Who could have written a script like that? So what does this have to do with leadership? That's really what it boils down to. In these instances where we are working with team members from different nationalities, one of the biggest things that any one of us can do is actively listen to build shared understanding around the person's culture, their experiences, and ultimately figure out how to be complementary to them in the workplace and respect the differences that they bring and the perspective that they have. That is a great thing about working in multinational cultures. We get to live a bit of somebody else's experience when we're working with them. It brings color, perspective, and certainly a better, deeper understanding of what it's like for somebody else from somewhere else in the world. And that, for me, has been one of the biggest benefits of working for Carnival Cruise Line, for IBM, for Verizon, and even deploying overseas. Building that human connection, shared understanding, wanting to get a glimpse of someone else's culture so that I can better relate, that's a huge benefit as a leader.